and Brad here with Years of Fears, and it's This Day in Disney for March 3rd. And today we're having lots of fun hanging out because we get to talk about a really cool ride at Disneyland. Back in 1995, on this day, the Indiana Jones Adventure Temple of the Forbidden Eye attraction officially opened at, like I said, Disneyland.
Wow.
Yeah, this was a cool day. In attendance of the attraction's debut was George Lucas, Michael Eisner, of course, who was the president at Paramount Pictures, that green-lighted Raiders of the Lost Ark in 1980. And actors Dan Aykroyd, Carrie Fisher, and so forth. Lots of people came out for this.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a really big event.
Yeah.
But that's like 1995, so
Yeah.
lots.
It's kind of funny because, like, for us, because
Yeah.
we were children whenever Star Wars came out, it seems like, you know, that's a long time. It seems like Star Wars went away after, like, Jedi, and we had Indiana Jones that we were focused on, and young Indiana Jones and stuff like that from Lucas, but
Yeah.
it really wasn't that long. I mean, we're only talking about 19 years
Yeah.
that, like, Star Wars had been with us, and what, like,
Right.
only 10 to 13 that Indiana Jones had been with us.
Yes. So for this episode, though, we threw on our adventurer hats because we love Indiana Jones. We love all the films. We love the Stunt Show Spectacular over
So missed
at
right now.
Hollywood Studios.
Yeah,
But
even if it is a relaxation.
we have not ridden this ride.
We haven't read this, right?
No.
I mean, in
We've
some
seen it.
ways, we have ridden its cousin
The ride track.
quite a bit.
And the cars.
With Dinosaur
That's right.
at Animal Kingdom.
Which we've ridden many times.
Yeah, and we
But that's dinosaurs.
are okay with Dinosaur being reskinned to Indiana Jones and stuff. Little excavation, like, make that whole Dinoland USA.
Could happen.
Indyland. Yeah.
What if they did this ride for Dinosaur, and then over where they have like the carnival-y area, they could put that whole Indiana Jones ride from France.
Oh
That would be
my
cool,
goodness.
right? So you got 2 Indy rides.
Maybe if those sequels do good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 3 in the works, to my
Really?
understanding.
Oh my goodness. There you go. Well, there was the Forbidden Skull one, which most people didn't like. I liked it. I enjoyed that film. I thought it was lots of fun.
Yeah.
It had Shia LaBeouf.
People just didn't like the aliens,
Mm-hmm.
but come on.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, there was just another sighting last week by American Airlines
there
that
you go.
they are not denying, and they have sent people on to the FBI because
Is
it
that right?
happened a cylindrical shape that almost hit one of their planes.
Oh, dang. Well,
It just came rocketed towards them.
can't
like a
have
missile.
aliens getting in the way of our airplanes. That's
No.
dangerous. But no, I love the Forbidden Skull one, and that particular ride is in Tokyo, in the Tokyo Disney Sea. So they have one. So
And it's mostly outdoor.
cool.
It's not a dark ride, right? That one?
no, it's the same as this.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the Temple of the Crystal Skull.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's based on that film. Yeah.
I think I'm familiar with the attraction in my mind, unless I'm mixing it up with another one. I always like wish that they would make it like Cusco-topia and Emperor's New Groove, that Indiana
Yeah.
Jones ride overseas.
Right, right. And I was just thinking about us wearing these hats and how Indy can never lose his hat in the films. It's like one of my favorite, and he almost always does.
Almost
And,
losing his hands getting it back, but
and
he keeps it.
I often quote that part, like snakes. Why
Oh,
did it
of
have
course.
to be snakes? But then I say other things like
Yeah.
spiders or
Yeah,
alligators.
and this ride is incredibly themed, and the
Yeah.
colors are so interesting. Very 90s, like,
Yeah.
you know, lots of use of neon and black lights and flashes, but the fire as well, and the caverns, and oh my
But you
goodness.
can see, and then the whole giant ball.
Right at the end, like,
you know?
instead, like in Dinosaur, you have the dinosaur come down at you while you're descending. In the Indiana Jones, the ball's rolling and he's hanging from a rope, and you just miss the ball going over.
So there's 2 animatronic Indiana Jones, and then there's a big ol' animatronic snake, of course. Why did it have to be snakes? I don't know. How did the snakes survive in those old tombs? I don't get it. They shouldn't.
Lots of tiny holes.
Yeah, apparently they slither right on through.
Yeah.
But just with the theming story, I have to tell the theming story. So it's the Temple of the Forbidden Eye, set in 1935 India, and is told through 12 letters and telegrams. Now these are all seen throughout the ride queue. The ride queue is really awesome for this particular ride, which of course we haven't been through, as we stated before, but I've read about this and seen pictures and such, and the ride queue is just one of those that they started to do the ride queue so well. So you can discover these letters. There's booby traps and things like that in the ride queue, which is really cool. So I love when the ride queues are really well done like that. So Indiana Jones has reunited missing fragments of the map scroll parchment, documenting precise location of the ancient Bengalese temple. So
which belongs in a museum.
Absolutely. You know, that's the purpose. Get it all to the museum. But of course, they're trying to, you know, find the treasure as well, and we're all part of that in the ride and stuff. And
did we sign a waiver?
I don't know.
My goodness.
The temple deity is Mara, seems to conditionally offer one of 3 gifts to all who come to the hallowed, and that's earthly riches, eternal youth, or visions of the future. Yeah. So the only condition is that one may never gaze into the eyes of the Mara. Don't do that. No. And then what's gonna happen? Probably you'll get turned to something, I'm guessing. Yeah. So the Temple of the Forbidden, it was dubbed that by the media, is set in the archaeological community of Buzz. His funding has run out to raise money to excavate for that to continue. Salah has begun conducting guided tours. So we're on the ride, you're on a guided tour, and you're, you know, keeping this excavation going so they can find things that really belong in a museum. Absolutely. Yeah. So Jones also hopes to find the temple's power source, the mysterious jewel of power, of course, which Abner Ravenwood believed to be within the immense cavern beyond the gates of doom.
Yeah, I remember watching these things when I was a kid and being like totally believing. I don't even know if I've suspended belief that like the earth used to be full of so many powerful like articles that have been taken and put in boxes like in storage and stuff like that. Just
in museums.
Feels like all the magic has been taken out of this world and put into holding. Indy, what have you done to us?
Yeah. But this is a cool ride.
It is.
We
I
love
can't wait
Indiana Jones. Yeah, we do want to.
We're gonna be at Disneyland in no time.
Yeah.
In no time.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah. Maybe we'll make a compilation of all the times that we said we haven't been there, like right before we go.
Well, circumstances of the last 2 years have kind of.
I think we would have already been there.
I think we would too, but
we were getting really close to taking the dive.
But we've got the hats. So we're ready for this ride.
Always.
Have you guys ridden this ride? I hope you have. If you have, tell us about it, what you think of it, and how much you love Indiana Jones. If you don't like Indiana Jones, well, watch it again and see if maybe you like it now, because they're awesome. They're so fun. But anyway, that's it for this day in Disney. We'll see you guys next time.